I hope you and yours are doing well today. Honestly, I pray you all are staying well. Things are good over here. I have a lot to share with you in today's video, so I am going to go ahead and get to it. Now, I want to first close out my March, do a budget recap, and then move into planning for April. I'm using the planner kit by Pennies Not Perfection. If you didn't already see my March budget goals video, check that out. I'll leave a link up top where I show you how I put this together and what pages of that planner kit I'm using. I'll also link her Etsy shop below. Not only did I use that for March, and I'm going to use it for my budget recap, but I also am using it for April as well. So all the deets are in there if you want to check it out. Now for April, I did size it down to 83%. So that was a change, and you'll see that it fits really nicely within 83% for the Classic Happy Planner. Otherwise, let's go. I love this. I am really excited about filling this out. So let's see here. The monthly goals reflection. So over here, I had that I would make a debt snowball payment to the American Express. And as you know, I paid off the American Express. So that definitely went well. My next goal was for eBay to sell 1 item and list 2 items. And I actually sold 3 items. That second item was actually an item I posted after selling this item. So I'm really happy with how that went. I sold 3 items and I've so far listed 5 items. I still have 1 more to go, but the selling on eBay went really, really well. And as you know, most of these other things went really well due to a bonus that I received. So I have a check mark to that. I canceled the Every Dollar for now. And my dental work, that's on hold. I had an appointment scheduled for Thursday to get those fillings, but with everything that's going on, they have closed the office for now to anything that's non-emergent, and I'm not in any pain or anything. So whenever things get up and running, I'll look into getting that appointment rescheduled, but otherwise I'm good to go, and I will get that dental work as soon as I can. Now on to this next portion of the budget recap, things I'm grateful for this month. And one of the things I am truly grateful for this month is my bonus. That afforded me the opportunity to pay off my American Express and do a few other things, have some extra money around, which doesn't hurt at this time. So I'm really, really happy and grateful and thankful that I received a bonus. I'm also grateful for my ability to work from home. That has been a real blessing. I am also grateful for all of those folks who are braving being out and about right now and working. I know that they have to, but I mean, that's a difficult choice to make when you depend on your paycheck, as most of us do, if not all of us do, depend on that paycheck coming in regularly so we can get some things done, pay things off, just keep afloat, whatever it is. You know, some people are having to make the hard decision to be out and about in this, and some people don't have the opportunity to work from home, and I'm just really, really grateful. I cannot be more grateful for the opportunity to work from home than I am right now. Last but not least, at least for now, is that my family is well. I'm just really grateful that we are doing well, and this has been a rocky year for a lot of us, and I'm just beyond grateful that we're well, and I hope you and your family are well as well. I love this section. You can already tell, like, Mary, this is great. I love this section. Things that can be improved next month, and I think that things have gone well so far. So I'm just going to hold off on adding anything. If I think of something that I want to improve next month, I'll definitely come back and add it. But so far, so good. I think things have gone really well this month. And 3 things that work this month. I'm going to go ahead and say that planning ahead with my yearly goals has been amazing. I never thought that planning for the entire year would be something I would reflect so much on, and just putting out there that, of course, I wanted to become consumer debt free. That was always top of the list. But having an emergency fund of at least $5,000 before the end of the year, contributing to my 401k, saving for the California trip, just all of those things listed out. I can see the graphic in front of me that I put together, and it just helps me kind of think about the choices that I'm making all the way at the beginning of the year so that by the end of the year, I can get those things done. So planning ahead and thinking about all the things I wanted to achieve this year has been something that's really worked this month, especially with all that's going on in the world and my budget and just trying to figure out what I may or may not have to kind of give up or adjust or whatnot. Like looking out over the rest of the year just helps me to remember what I have set in front of me and helps me to kind of recalibrate and see what it is I will be able to do or maybe need to hold off. I'm just really grateful for planning ahead. And though this seems like years ago, it was just a matter of weeks ago. I am glad that I had an opportunity to go on vacation at the beginning of the month. Being able to get away and have a vacation for just a moment, it fueled me up. I'm grateful for the timing. I'm grateful that I made the choice to go ahead and take that vacation. It was much needed and it worked. It worked this month. It helped start the month off really well and it gets a check from me. All right, so now that I have wrapped up March, I am ready to set some goals for April. So as I mentioned, I have already printed my kit on cardstock. I printed it at 83% for the Classic Happy Planner. And I'm going to fill out this budget pre-plan like I did for March for April. I've already filled out my bill tracker and as much of my calendar as I can. I get paid on the 3rd and the 17th this month. And because my Mr. Cooper is due before the 3rd, I have paid my Mr. Cooper as well. So you may remember my video on my mortgage payment going up. It was going up because my escrow had been adjusted. Well, it went up for 1 month because recently my payment was lowered. Obviously, I have enough equity saved up or stored up in my loan that I no longer need mortgage insurance. That took off about $40 some. And so my payment actually went back down. So I paid the extra amount for 1 month. And then the payment decreased below what it was before. So it was about $873. It went up to $889. It's down to $845. So yay, that's good news. Now let's get on to planning for the month of April. Okay, so going into the month of April, it's time to get out in the lawn if you have been fortunate enough not to have to mow yet. I mean, I'm jealous. But I've already mowed the lawn and being out there gives me an opportunity to see what is needed for this season. We will get past the danger of frost in a couple weeks and it'll be time to plant flowers and all that stuff, at least in my zone. So here we go, it's time. And I'm telling you, whenever it was time to get out there and mow the lawn, it's great exercise for me because I feel like I have a pretty large yard, but I was dreading it because you already know that I plan to get a landscaper once I'm debt free because I have been mowing the lawn for a very long time and I'm ready for someone else to do it, at least for a little while. So my monthly budget goals, let's see. As far as the goals go themselves, I went through lawn care, but I think I'm actually going to put that down here under to-dos. It's okay to skip around a little bit. Let's go with the monthly to-dos and it's going to be lawn care. And so one thing I wanted to do was get some weed and feed. So I'll just put that in here. And thankfully I was in Ollie's and I saw that they had a bag. So I went ahead and picked that up. That was about $35 plus tax. So in a couple weeks, I will put out the weed and feed. It just helps to feed the grass and give it nutrients as well as kill any weeds that are out there. So the weed and feed I've already picked up. And I'm also trying to figure out if I am going to get my mower blade sharpened or replaced. Whenever I cut it last week, it didn't seem to shred the grass or anything like that. So I'm thinking it may be okay for a couple more cuts, but either way, it's going to have something done. Like it needs to either be sharpened or replaced. I can go get a new blade from Lowe's or get someone to sharpen it for me. It depends on which one I decide how much that'll cost. I want to say probably between $20 to, I don't know, about $50, $60. Somebody let me know. To get a new one, to get it sharpened, I think that's probably about $20. So we'll see. If it can be sharpened, I will go with that. So now just skipping all over the place. My nephew's birthday is this month. So some important dates, I'll put that up here. So my nephew's birthday is in April. And sometimes he watches the video, so I'm not going to talk too much about this. I just need to figure out what I need to budget. I'll probably reach out to my sister to see what he may want for his birthday, or maybe even reach out to him. I don't know, as far as parties go, if we'll be able to get together and do much of anything, maybe as a family, a small get together. So we'll see, but that is a very important date, my nephew's birthday. And even though most of us are slowing down on our debt snowballs, I'm trying to figure out exactly what I want to do. I have my $1,000 emergency fund. I had started saving for the California trip, so I have about $1,300 there. In my credit union savings, I'm accumulating money there, and I feel like I could probably make some type of debt snowball payment. I had thought about setting a goal for that savings, and then once it surpassed that amount, I would put that surplus toward my blue green, which is next to my debt snowball. So I don't know, like I don't want to have like 10,000, I don't have 10,000, but I'm just saying, like I don't want to have like $5,000 or $10,000 sitting around, and I don't want any surprises. But at the same time, I'm just wondering if I need to have so much saved up and not be putting it towards my debt snowball. So I'm just going to see. I am going to write down that a goal of mine is to make my debt snowball payment to my blue green, but I'm just going to see how I'll be able to do that. Another thing that I want to do is start to put up money for that California trip I talked about in September, October. My savings has blurred lines at this point. I have money set aside for, again, my emergency fund, for the California trip, for my blue green. I'm just kind of storing things everywhere. But if I need to use the money in that California trip fund, I will use it. I mean, it's not like a hard and fast, it has to be for that California trip. But I'm going to kind of stay the course in the midst of everything. I have about $1,300 in there. I think overall I want to save about $2,500 in there. So I have about $1,200 to save. And if I did that over the next 6 months, that's adding about $200 per month to that savings. So I am going to make that one of my goals for April. Last but not least, if I could put something on here somewhat as a wish list, that would be to get back to kind of spending the rest of that bonus like I had hoped I could. Y'all already know how grateful I am that I even have the opportunity to even talk about having a bonus. Before all these decisions were made to slow down the debt snowball and to save a whole lot, I did have a plan for that bonus money. And if I could get back to doing a couple of those things, I would really be happy. One of those things, and I know this may sound kind of silly, is to recycle 2 TVs that I have in my house. They're flat screen TVs. I got them thinking I would take the parts. They don't work. And I would take the parts and put them on eBay and get some money for them. My sister gave me one, and I think I got another one from somewhere. But they're not working anymore, and I had hoped to sell the parts on eBay. Well, they've been sitting there for a long time. I have not done that, and it's time to do something with them. So I said once I got this bonus money that I would recycle them. Now I thought about donating them to a TV shop. They don't really do that around here anymore. And I didn't want to just throw them out and have them sitting in a landfill somewhere. So I looked into who would recycle the TVs. Best Buy recycles TVs up to 50 inches the last time I checked for $25 a piece. And so I am thinking about taking these over to Best Buy and having them recycle them hopefully by the end of the month and paying that $25 a piece to get that done. It'll be nice to get them out of the house, and I'll just feel better about knowing that they're not just in a landfill somewhere, but they're actually maybe hopefully responsibly recycled. So let me know what you think about that. Do you have any other ideas for something else I could do? Please feel free to let me know. Another thing I was hoping to do is something for Roxy, and this has been a long time coming, and I know that these are trivial, simple things, especially for right now, but again, I'm just trying to, I guess, maybe focus on something different and trying to get back to life as normal as much as I can. And that is to get some floor liners for Roxy. And I want to get your advice, especially from anybody who's ever had these or think this is a good idea, or maybe there's another option. I used to rent Roxy out, and I think maybe it had something to do with that, but also me digging my heels into the floor. But I have worn a hole through the mat and the floor, and I just need to replace that with something. I went to Honda to see if I could just buy one mat. I had purchased a custom fit mat for Lucy, and it just didn't work. It just wasn't the great quality that I had hoped for. And so I'm thinking about going with those WeatherTech floor liners that you sometimes see commercials for. And I looked into it and saw that they have liners for my Honda make and model, and I can get the front 2 mats, or I could get all 4 mats. And so I'm thinking about possibly getting the front 2 mats. I mean, the back mats are pretty nice. That'll be between $100 some and maybe about $180 the last time I checked. So I'm thinking about that. Let me know what you think. I mean, I plan on having Roxy for a very long time, and possibly even giving her to one of my nephews if they want her. So I definitely want something that is going to last a very, very long time, and hopefully not wear out with me digging my heels into the carpet. So let me know if you've ever purchased those, what you think about them. Do you think it was a good investment? Would you try something different? I just didn't want to purchase anything else that was somewhat temporary and just didn't work for the long haul, and I have heard really great things about those. So let me know what you think. Okay, so far that is about all for me. Like I said, there's a few things I have going on in my head around some things I want to get done this month. But honestly, if I could continue to work, cover my living expenses, and stay well, I'm already super blessed by that. Any of this here is just icing on the cake at this point. Let me know what you're looking forward to in April. Let me know how things are going your way. How's your budget coming along? What you've decided to do about your debt snowball, if nothing at all. Let me know. I hope you stay well, and I'll chat with you next time. Bye.